Okay, Des, Raspberry Pi and under $40. I don't think these are words that you usually associate with a computer.
No,
right?
Not at all, but Raspberry Pi kind of sounds
good. Yeah, but our own Mr. Fix-It is obsessed with this little gadget, and he even used one to build his family a new radio when theirs went on the fritz. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Here he is with his wireless music box and a little history lesson from his home computer.
Yep.
It's our Mr. Fix-It TCL senior producer, Christian Unser.
Hello,
Hi,
ladies.
Christian. Okay,
Oh, boy.
this is a under $40 computer.
Correct.
And it's called a Raspberry Pi.
Correct.
You're going to show us that in a second, but first
Where's the Raspberry Pi?
It's coming up.
Wait a second.
we're going to find out how far we've come.
Yes. So I did a little research today. There's a number of computers that came out all around this time, but the real first home computer was called the Altair 8800.
Okay.
And it was a computer that would literally take up all of this tabletop.
Yeah.
It was $439 in 1975.
Wow.
Which would be about $2,000 in today's money.
That sounded like a good
It came in a kit form. You had to assemble it yourself.
Oh, that's terrible.
And the best part of it was that it was hard to assemble. You had to solder. You had to kind of hope it would work.
So this is why most people didn't have that in their home.
But it was the very first home computer, and they sold a lot of them from people that really wanted to have this thing at home. And all it did was you flipped switches and programmed it, and then it would flash some lights.
Oh,
that's literally
wow.
all it would do.
Wow.
So there was things that they added to it eventually to start doing more, but that was the basic
Can
thing
you
of the
imagine
computer.
if you went to the Apple store and they were like, here it is, please assemble it yourself.
And cross
a
your
mask.
fingers that it
You
might
need
not
to
work.
Be a welder.
Oh, man.
So this little guy is the equivalent of that today. This right here is called the Raspberry Pi.
This little thing?
This is it. So this is the whole computer. It was actually created by a company in England to be a computer to inspire children. So they wanted something to be very low cost, relatively powerful for what it can do. And it's a pretty slick little machine. I've actually done a couple of projects with it.
And so if you've got a kid who's like super into computers and tech and maybe interested in programming, and I mean, kids get into that really
Absolutely,
young.
absolutely.
This could be a fun thing to say, hey, let's start looking up some projects because it's under $40.
Right. It is under $40. Now, the problem with that, though, is that it comes with nothing. So you have to literally buy a power supply for it. You have to buy a memory card for it because it has no hard drive.
Okay.
So this is the memory card.
It's like a stripped down Jeep Wrangler.
It's got a little Wi-Fi adapter that I plug in there.
Okay.
It's got a composite out and an HDMI out, so you can plug it into an HDMI monitor, your television.
That's pretty cool.
I've seen those words before.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful little computer for what it is. You can stream video, you can kind of do all kinds of fun projects with it, including the one that I'm going to show you today.
Okay.
All right.
So this one's based on, it's called the Pi Music Box Project, and somebody created a Linux, which is the operating system this uses, a Linux system that was already pre-programmed to deal with music.
Okay.
So I loaded that on here. Then I bought this box from Michaels.
Oh, crafty guy.
I stained it myself. It
It's
comes
very
unstained.
lovely.
Thank you. I put this little clasp on the front.
Okay.
And all that's inside here are some computer speakers.
And this is
and
all
the power supply.
This is to solve the problem that your wife likes to listen to the radio in the kitchen, and your radio wasn't working.
Right, it wasn't
and
working
you thought,
anymore.
instead of just going and
to the
buying a
store,
radio, you're going to go a different route.
I will do a different route. So what this does, because it's a little computer, she can stream her Spotify to it. She can connect her phone to it and kind of play anything that is on her phone.
Really?
Can play over this box. And I actually shot a little video of her this morning using it in our house.
Oh,
so
hi, Jen.
that's her playing with her phone, and you can see the box that's under the under the cabinet. So she loves the current. So she loads up the current. She connects it to the box.
She loves KSM.
Yeah, she loves the current.
Wrong day, Christian.
Sorry, I forgot about that. And then the box sits right under there. I drilled these holes along the front of it so that the sound could come out of it. It totally works. And she can literally play anything she wants off of this little system.
Wow. Okay, so how advanced, I mean, and we're not going to go through all the little what to plug in, what to do, but how advanced on a scale of 1 to 10, if you are moderately, like you know how to use a computer, how tough is this to do?
It's pretty tough.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I could do this.
It's very confusing. No, it's the kind of thing that you really have to want to understand how your computers work.
Yeah.
That's why I think you should give it to a kid.
They will figure it out.
When I was a kid, this is the kind of thing that I would have gone nuts for.
When he was a wee little Mr. Fix-It.
That's right.
If you have kids that take things apart and want to put them back together. Okay, now there are other projects that you can do with this Raspberry Pi.
There are literally thousands of projects on the web, but a couple that I found that are really neat. One guy built one inside of a styrofoam case that he hooked to a balloon. So he sent it up into the atmosphere and took pictures of the Earth. And you'll see the picture here. That's the pictures he was getting. And then when the balloon popped, it fell back to Earth. It had a GPS in it. He could go find it.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how he did that. Another cool project. Somebody actually built their own tablet, like instead of an iPad or a Samsung, they built their own Raspberry Pi tablet and built it all into a case. And then one more project.
That seems like it's the advanced version.
Yeah, that's extremely advanced. One more project that I actually did. I built a miniature arcade machine in my house that lets me play video games, Super Nintendo games, arcade games, all kinds of stuff on that machine.
Okay,
so I built
Christian,
that.
That is so cool. And at the very least, even if you feel like this is way out of your league and you would never do any of these projects, when somebody says Raspberry Pi, you can say, I know what they're talking about.
It's P-I, not P-I-E.
Shoot,
P-I.
Thank goodness for
Pi.
changing.
Thanks,
so
Christian.
you want to be cool in front of the kids.
But if you do want to take this on, we have links so we can help you get started with this project. Just go to our website, go to TwinCitiesLive.com and click on fun. Thanks, Christian.
Oh boy, that is a lot of fun. More TCL to come. We're going to be right back.
Very good.